Okay, so here's a question that probably nags at you more than you'd like to admit. What is actually happening in your home when you're not there? Your dog, your kid, that one window you're never quite sure you locked. Indoor cameras got scary good this year, but the spec sheet only tells you half the story, because the real deal breakers are whether it plays nice with your smart home and whether it quietly expects a monthly fee. So I'm going to be crystal clear on both for all 7, and by the end you'll know exactly which one belongs in your living room. Links to every single one are waiting in the description below, so let's dive in. Let me start with a little machine that refuses to charge you a dime every month. The Eufy Security 4K E30 is a motorized turret that spins a full 360 degrees and tilts up and down, so it physically hunts down blind spots instead of pretending they don't exist. The picture is gorgeous 4K, which means when you zoom into a face across the room, you actually see a face and not a smudge. And here's the beauty of it. No subscription ever, because it records around the clock straight onto a memory card, roughly 5 days of non-stop footage, and scales even further with the Homebase hub. It plays nicely with Alexa, Google, and Apple Home, which almost nobody in this class pulls off, though inside Apple's app it politely drops to 1080p, so live in the Eufy app when you want every last pixel of that 4K and the pet tracking. It even doubles as a shockingly good baby monitor, pivoting toward a cry the second it hears one. If the Eufy is the confident centerpiece, this next one is the tiny spy that hides in plain sight. The Blink Mini 2K Plus is barely bigger than a golf ball, and it perches on a bookshelf or a windowsill without a single guest ever clocking it as a camera. For how little it costs, the jump to 2K is a real one, and that new built-in spotlight throws warm color night vision down a pitch-black hallway like it's nothing. Now, this one is built specifically for Alexa homes, and that's exactly where it shines, so if your setup runs on Google or Apple, one of the others here will suit you better. It comes with a 30-day trial, after which the person and vehicle smarts run on a small monthly plan, or you skip the cloud completely by adding the separate sync module for local saving. For an Amazon household wanting something discreet, few cameras this small punch anywhere near this hard. Staying in the Amazon family but climbing up a serious tier, we land on the Ring Indoor Cam Plus. This one leads with a party trick I genuinely love. A physical shutter you slide across the lens with your thumb, and when it's closed, the camera is mechanically blind. No menus, no trusting a software toggle, just a tiny door over the eye. Picture this. You slide the cover shut before a video call so nobody's watching you present in your pajama bottoms, then flick it open on your way out and the whole room is guarded again. The Retinal 2K sensor pulls rich, true color out of rooms with barely any light, and the generative AI drops a plain English sentence on your lock screen like a person walked into the kitchen instead of the 40th useless motion buzz of the afternoon. It's an Alexa and IFTTT camera at heart, so it slots perfectly into an Amazon home, and everything lives in the cloud on a monthly Ring Protect plan with no free history, which makes it the pick for someone happy to pay for the smartest alerts going. Now, everything so far has assumed you either pay every month or lean on the cloud, so let me completely wreck that assumption, because this next camera is the one that made me raise an eyebrow. The Tapo 2K Plus C120 costs about as much as a couple of pizzas and somehow embarrasses cameras 3 times its price. It walked away with a PC Mag editor's choice, and one evening with it, and you get why. That starlight sensor turns near total darkness into clean, daylight-style color. It snaps onto anything metal with a magnet, and here's the kicker. 0 subscription for the round-the-clock recording or the AI that sorts people from pets from cars. It hooks into Alexa, Google Home, SmartThings, and IFTTT, and for tinkerers it even speaks RTSP and OnVIF, so you can pipe its raw feed into your own recording software for a totally private, offline system. Everything saves locally to a memory card, and the only real catch is that pulling those clips onto your phone from outside the house wants either the same Wi-Fi or the optional cloud plan. If the Tapo is the scrappy underdog, the Google Nest Cam Indoor is the polished overachiever that shows up in designer colors. This third-generation model shoots crisp 2K with genuinely excellent HDR, the kind that keeps a blinding sunny window and a shadowy corner both perfectly exposed in the same shot. Its lens is enormous, drinking in 152 degrees, so one unit in the corner swallows an entire open-plan living and dining space. Be clear on the trade here. This camera lives entirely in Google's world. No Alexa and no Apple. And that laser focus is the whole point. Without a plan, you get about an hour of cached history, and the headline features the Gemini search that finds what happened to the vase in the living room, the 24/7 recording, the familiar faces, All sit behind Google Home Premium's top tier with no memory card slot to fall back on. It's premium in every sense, and it truly sings for someone already living in Google's ecosystem. Okay, quick gut check. How do you feel about a lens aimed at your couch all evening? If that thought makes you the slightest bit twitchy, the Arlo Essential Indoor Pan Tilt was built for your peace of mind. Disarm the system and the lens physically tilts down and buries itself into an opaque shell, so you can confirm with your own eyes that it is not watching you. It spins a full 360 degrees, tips nearly all the way over, and tracks movement on its own, and its compatibility is the widest on this whole list, chatting happily with Alexa, Google, SmartThings, and IFTTT. It ships with a month of the secure plan and the person and animal detection, plus that genuinely important Rapid SOS lifeline that dispatches police, fire, or medical straight from the app with your location pre-filled, right on that subscription with footage kept in the cloud rather than on a card. For anyone living alone, that emergency muscle is worth a lot. Which brings us to the showstopper, the one I'd hand to anyone with a big open home and zero patience for mushy zoom. The Eufy Security 4K S350 pulls a stunt nobody else here even attempts. It carries two lenses. One wide 4K lens takes in the whole room, and a second telephoto lens zooms in optically, so you can push 8 times closer and still read text across a cavernous great room. Split your phone screen and you'll watch the entire living room up top and a permanent close-up of the front door handle down below, both at once. It runs on Wi-Fi 6, which is exactly why it can shove 2 high-res streams to your phone without a stutter. It speaks Alexa and Google, and if you're a die-hard Apple Home person, the E30 is your Eufy instead. But like its little brother, it asks for no subscription at all, saving to a card or the home base, which also unlocks face recognition. So where does all this leave you? If you want stunning 4K, full room spinning coverage, no monthly fee, and even Apple Home support, the Eufy E30 is your camera. And if your place is huge and you crave that magic long-range zoom on Alexa or Google, its bigger sibling, the S350, stands alone. For the best bang for your buck with no subscription and the widest voice assistant support, it's the Tapo C120. No contest. Deep in Google and hungry for conversational AI search, the Nest Cam is the premium darling as long as you're fine paying for the top tier. If privacy or living alone is your concern, the Arlo and its physical shield are the one. And for Alexa homes, the Tiny Blink Mini is the perfect discreet starter, while the Ring Indoor Cam Plus is the smart upgrade with the sharpest alerts, cloud plan, and all. Every camera here is linked in the description, so grab whichever one fits your home and your budget. If this helped even a little, drop a comment telling me which one you're leaning toward. Catch you in the next one.